Okay guys, guess what? I will be doing 5 Welkin Moon giveaway when we hit 8,000 subscribers. So yeah, drop your UID and server to participate. Version 6.2 is shaping up to be one of the most stacked updates we've had in a while, and there's a lot to unpack here. We're talking new events, reruns of some seriously loved characters, system reworks that might change how you play old favorites, and of course, plenty of free Primo Gems. So grab your tea, coffee, or whatever resin refilling potion you prefer, because we're diving deep into everything you need to know about 6.2. But before we jump in, remember that you can save up to 25% at lootbar.gg. Right now, there is a limited time discount for all-in-one pack, and the 6,480 pack is just $69, not $100 like in-game. That's a $31 saving. Choose your pack and enter your UID and server, and you'll receive the crystals within 2 minutes. First-time top-ups can earn double crystals. There are currently thousands of creators collaborating with Lootbar, which proves its safety. I use Lootbar for my giveaways too, so I genuinely recommend it. New users get an extra 10% off, while returning users still score a 5% discount. Hit the link in my description and save big. First things first, let's talk about events. Because let's be real, free primos are the best kind of primos, right? So version 6.2 will have one major event that's giving out a free 4-star weapon and up to 780 Primo Gems just for completing it. And from what I've seen, it's going to be a good one, especially for those of you who've been trying to build secondary teams without having to craft or pull extra weapons. On top of that, we're getting 2 smaller events as well, each with around 420 primos on the line. Nothing to complain about there. More chances to build that pity before 6.3 rolls in. Now, these events might still change a little before release, so keep an eye on the official channels. But the takeaway is simple. 6.2 is a Primo Fest, and honestly, who doesn't love that? Quick question though, are you planning to go all in on the events, or are you saving resin for something else this patch? Let me know. I always like hearing how everyone manages their in-game grind. Alright, let's move on to the part everyone's actually waiting for, the banners. So Duran is officially debuting as the new 5-star Pyro Sword user, and he's already generating a ton of buzz. We've also got Varisa, Xylonin, and Venti confirmed for reruns this patch. Now, the banner order isn't confirmed yet, but my money's on Duran leading Phase 1. Why? Because he's new, flashy, and Hoyo always loves to kick things off strong. But here's where it gets interesting. Venti might show up in Phase 2, which actually makes sense story-wise with the whole Hexenzirkel arc that's being teased. There's also talk about both Natlin-related characters appearing together in the same phase, which would be wild if true. Now, personally, if I had to guess, I'd say Duran and Venti might headline Phase 1, possibly tied to a Mondstadt-themed Chronicled Wish. Phase 2 could then bring back Varisa and Xylonin. But again, we'll get that confirmed once the 6.2 livestream drops. So yeah, I'm calling it now. This patch's banner lineup is going to spark some tough decisions. Who are you planning to pull for? Duran? Venti rerun? Or saving for someone in 6.3? Drop your banner plans in the comments. I want to see where the community's leaning. Now, let's talk about the man of the hour, Duran himself. He's a Pyro Sword user, but not your typical Pyro DPS. His kit revolves around elemental reaction control. He can juggle between offensive bursts and team buffs depending on how you manage his transformation skill. Basically, he can shift between attack modes, giving players a ton of creative freedom in how they build him. His burst, from early info, seems like it can either hit multiple enemies or focus on a single target, making him flexible for both Abyss and Exploration combat. This kind of dual design reminds me a bit of how Raiden balances personal damage with team utility, and I'm really liking that approach. From what I've seen, Duran's shaping up to be one of those characters that feels satisfying to play, like you're constantly making small decisions that change how the fight unfolds. Definitely a kit to keep your eyes on. Now, this next part is honestly one of the coolest additions in 6.2, the Hexenzirkel system update. So, what this basically does is buff older characters. I'm talking about big upgrades that can actually bring them back into the meta. Characters like Albedo, Mona, Venti, Klee, Sucrose, Razor, and Fiscal are all getting reworks to their passives, skills, and even constellations. For example, Venti will gain a new ability that transforms his normal attacks into piercing arrows, Yeah, you heard that right. Meaning his damage output's about to skyrocket. Klee, on the other hand, will have every third normal attack auto-convert into a charged attack, which is huge for her fluidity. This is exactly the kind of update the game needed, breathing life back into characters that many of us benched months or even years ago. It's a solid reason to revisit your old favorites and maybe even rethink team comps entirely. So if you've got a Dusty Vendi or Klee sitting at level 80, now's the time to get them ready. So yeah, that's the gist of version 6.2. New events with primos galore, a flashy pyro swordsman with flexible gameplay, reruns that'll make choosing banners painful, and massive buffs that'll shake up team building across the board. Overall, this update feels like it's bridging the old and new, rewarding longtime players while giving fresh content for newer ones to enjoy. But what about you guys? Which part of 6.2 are you most hyped for? The Duran debut, the event rewards, or the character buffs? Let's get a conversation going in the comments. As always, thanks for watching and sticking till the end. It really helps the channel a ton. Don't forget to drop your thoughts below, and subscribe if you enjoy breakdowns like this. And until next time, may your pulls be gold and your artifacts actually roll crit.